Hi everyone, my name is Richie, Averill, your mic drop host, and welcome back to the divorce series. If you have not watched the first video in this series, you can click the link below in the description box and start from the beginning. Today we're joined by Tim Lacyk. Hey Tim.
Hi.
How are
Thanks
you
for
doing?
having me. I'm well.
Great having you. So, I got a couple of questions for you about divorce. Starting with, what happens to credit during a divorce?
A lot of things changed with credit during a divorce. You might have taken out marital debt like a mortgage, credit cards, auto loans, and if it's in part of your divorce settlement to have those paid off and closed,
Okay.
you're ultimately changing the balance. And then if it's closed, that account then no longer is considered an active. It's still part of your credit, but it's not an active trade line. So in effect, your credit scores could potentially change when you get a divorce and you settle up all the different accounts.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
And there's likely to be lots of surprises during a divorce. But in terms of like mortgage and credit and that sort of thing, what type of surprises should a consumer be looking out for?
Ultimately, you want to protect your credit. That's the one thing that can help you achieve financing in the future. So right out of the gate, it's important to know what your credit looks like. It's also an important thing to look at having a title policy, an O&E policy pulled on your credit, or I'm sorry, on your home. That person that you once loved might have gone out and opened up a credit card or a home equity line of credit in their name only. You don't know about it, and it's a lien against your property. It could be something that you have to pay off in the settlements.
That could be a big surprise.
It could be several thousand.
So how can a consumer protect themselves ahead of getting a divorce?
It's a really great question. So what I highly recommend to anybody that is considering a divorce, even if you're actively in the divorce process, is to sit down with a lender, specifically a mortgage lender, and talk about what your goals are now, what your goals are after the divorce is finalized, and even what your goals are in the future. A lot of what is uncovered in that conversation can drive how that divorce settlement is actually concluded, but can also prevent issues and problems in the future. If you know that you want to keep the house, it can help you determine if you can in fact keep that house with your income as it is, or what kind of additional income like spousal support you might need in order to qualify for a loan later on.
Good to know. So one more question for you in this segment. I've heard that having your credit pulled prior to a divorce is helpful for both me and the attorney for the settlement. Is that true?
It is. Yeah, absolutely. It's probably the number one thing that I recommend to every single person I sit down to that is considering divorce. The reason why is right now we can find out what credit you have or don't have, what you will need in the future in order to be able to qualify. And then also, if you do have joint accounts, we can run algorithms to see what effect will be to your credit by closing those accounts, paying the balances down, transferring balances, those kind of things. So not only that, but then with the attorney, they can take that information and help with the settlement. If you know that there's some things that your spouse that you're soon to be divorcing has created an account or something like that you didn't maybe know about, that's important, tangible information to know. There's self-disclosure in the legal process, but this is something that's a little bit more, I guess you'd say, have teeth.
Good to know. So divorce is never easy, but a little bit of forethought, a little bit of planning, reaching out to a mortgage lender, maybe having your credit pulled, all are things that can help you along the process. So Tim, thanks so much for joining us today and giving some good information.
You bet.
And we'll see you again on the next episode of Mic Drops.
Thank you.